They're off. Off stride leaving goes Colonel Skywalker. Colonel Skywalker is off stride leaving. They drive now into that first turn, and your early leader, Speedy Wilma. Speedy Wilma, now a length on top. Baltic Alarm is right there in second, now by about 3. Followed by Poco Hank in third, now by 2. Land Leader on the outside, that's St. Pat's Ranger. Followed on the inside side, Colonel Skywalker is back trotting. Followed now by Johnny Charger. As they drive by that early quarter, and that first quarter went in 29 and 4/5. Now around the turn, heading for that F-mile juncture, Speedy Wilma is your pace setter, but Baltic Alarm drives out of second, and Baltic Alarm with a rush, now to challenge and take command. Speedy Wilma holds in second. Poco Hank has range on the leaders in third, 2 lengths back to Prairie Land Raider, another 2 lengths back. St. Pat's Ranger, over to the outside, Colonel Skywalker, Johnny Charger. A minute 3/5, the race is half over. Now they trot into that clubhouse turn. The one to catch is Baltic Alarm, and Baltic Alarm leads the way now by 3. Speedy Wilma takes up the chase in second. Followed on the outside of horses, there goes Poco Hank, moving up on the outside. Followed on the outside on the move, St. Pat's Ranger. Less than half mile to trot in the race. Your leader, Baltic Alarm. 3/4 on the board now in 1:30 and 4. They swing into the far turn. Baltic Alarm maintains the lead, but here comes Prairie Land Raider. Now fourth, now 3 wide third. Between horses, Poco Hank. Around the final turn, Baltic Alarm, your leader. Here they come now, trotting for home. Baltic Alarm got the quarter under urging. On the inside, Speedy Wilma's back to second as they come to the wire. Baltic Alarm with the lead. Baltic Alarm all alone at the wire. Moving to the winner's circle. First race winner, number 6, Baltic Alarm. Baltic Alarm is owned by William Schultz Jr., Brett Schultz, Dry Trains, and partially owns. Tony Morgan is the winning driver. Results are official. 2:01, 1/5 for the mile. Second race, here is number 1, She's Got Away, owned by Jim Blade, Brian Shuey, and Bob Shuey Jr. Dave McCaffrey is the trainer. The driver is Andy Miller. Number 2, Gold Skirt, owned and trained by Darcy Pletcher. Sam Widger will drive. Number 3, Nina's Legacy, is owned by Darrell Lyons and Doug Lyons. Dennis Lyons is the trainer. The driver, Laverne Hostether. Number 4 is CAMI Flame, owned by Brenda Harris and Bob Nyheiser, the senior. Bob Nyheiser drives and trains. Number 5 is Mighty Annie, leased by Alice Roberts. Ron Roberts is the trainer. Eric Ledford drives. Number 6 is Finally Incredible, owned by the Sierra Stables and Joey Lambriola. Tom Harmer is the trainer. Tony Morgan drives. Number 7, Amber's Cuba, is owned by the Big K Stable. William Arnold is the trainer. Dean McGee will drive. Number 8 is Holly's Safe Bat, owned by Dan Moore and Gary Kimbrough, along with Jim Hillier. Dan Moore is the trainer. Brent Holland, the driver. We have 4 minutes, just 4 minutes to post. They're off. On the inside, there goes She's Got Away out for the lead. Joined now by Gold Skirt. Nina's Legacy is there as they thunder into that first turn and a battle for the lead. On the inside, She's Got Away now has the early foot, but CAMI Flame charges up on the outside second. Gold Skirt right with the leaders now in third. On the outside, that's Mighty Annie looking to drop in. Followed on the outside of us, by Finally Incredible. Now it's a 4-length gap to CAMI Flame, followed by Finally Incredible. Make that Amber's CUBA as they drive now by that opening quarter, and that quarter went in 28 4/5 around the turn, entering the stretch now for the first time and approaching that half-mile juncture. Here comes Finally Incredible, and Finally Incredible is up on the outside with a rush to challenge, and now take command. She's got away. She holds in second. CAMI Flame now out of third, halfway home in 59 1/5. And up front, positions are on change. Finally Incredible is your pace setter. She's got away. Right there, second. Now CAMI Flame takes over second. She's got away. Now back to third. And Mighty Annie now charging to the outside. Followed on the inside of horses. Gold Skirt is saving ground on the move. Here comes Holly's Safe Bet. Now there's less than a half mile to pace in the race. And with a rush, your new leader now is CAMI Flame. 3/4 on the board, 129 3. Into the far turn they race, and CAMI Flame is your pace setter. On the outside, Mighty Annie is an up and challenging second. Followed on the outside, Gold Skirt. Now fourth, now moving third. She's moving up 3 wide. Here they come, turning for home. 3 horses are across the track. In the middle of the track, that's Mighty Annie on the inside. CAMI Flame, Mighty Annie on the outside. Here comes Gold Skirt charging. Those two at the wire. Prices posted, 2.5 exacta returns, $100, $8 even, 108 even. The trifecta, 2.5 and 4, $481.20. The early daily doubles, 6 and 2, $212.40, 212.40. Here is the field for tonight's third. Here is number 1, Renee's Legacy, owned by Robert Valor, Brett Schultz trains, and Dean McGee drives. Number 2, Broxbury, is owned and trained by Eugene Crane, a driver change to Dale Heitman. Number 3 is KB's Rita, owned by Keith Liddicoat. Ron Roberts is the trainer. Eric Ledford drives. Number 4, Nuclear Missile, is owned and trained by Sherry Coate, Marshall Duncan. Number 5 is Worthy Wendy, is owned and trained by Alton Grafe, Mark Saporito. Here is 6, Sweet Smile, owned by the Irish Grove RS. Mark DePorter trains and Andy Miller drives. Number 7, TOWNE Stadium, is owned by Jerry Grevengoed. Terry King trains. Tony Morgan drives. Number 8 is VL Snowcap, owned by Harry Coates, Barbara and Scott Lester. Scott Lester is the trainer. Brent Holland will drive. There's 6 minutes, just 6 minutes to post. They're off. And there goes Nuclear Missile out sharply for the lead. Joined on the outside. Sweet Smile is there. And there goes Renee's Legacy. Charging through on the inside. Now they bank into that first turn. And Nuclear Missile is on the outside taking command. Renee's Legacy right there in second. A length and a quarter. Roxbury in third. Sweet Smile looks to drop in. A length and a quarter back now to KB's Rita. 2 lengths back to Worthy Wendy, followed now by TOWNE Stadium. VL Snowcap trails the field. 29 1 there the quarter, and Renee's Legacy is your pace setter, a length and a half. Nuclear Missile closing the gap in second by 2. Sweet Smile right with the leaders in third. 3 lengths back now to Broxbury. KB's Rita first over on the outside and is coming on as they approach that half-mile juncture. Your leader is Renee's Legacy, and they're halfway home, 59 1. Renee's Legacy leans into the clubhouse turn, but Nuclear Missile, that's Nuclear Missile, is running her heels in second. On the outside of horses, KB's Rita coming on fourth now, moving into third. on the outside. Here comes Worthy Wendy following cover. Also on the move on the outside of horses. That Sweet Smile as they move up the back stretch. Now they race for that final quarter. Renee's Legacy is your leader, 3/4 of a length, 3/4, 129 and 3. Into the far turn they race. Renee's Legacy leads the way on neck as KB's Rita is alongside a challenging second. 3 wide now, where the Wendy is on a charge. Also on the move on the outside. Here comes TOWNE Stadium and VL's Snowcap. Down the stretch they come. On the inside, it's still Renee's Legacy. On the inside of her is Nuclear Missile charging through. On the outside, where the Wendy is charging. 2 horses at the wire. That is a photo. Please hold all tickets. Results are official. Mark the mile. 2:01. Prices posted. 5-4 exacta. $184.60. 184.60. Trifecta 5-4-1 returning $665.60. 665.60. Worthy Wendy is owned and trained by Alton Grafe. The winning driver Mark Saporito. Third race rundown, top of him. Owned by Beth Wilcox, Julie Miller trains, and Andy Miller drives. Number 2, Rain Dance Stars, owned by Lloyd Dalton, Harry Kuppenhaber. Lloyd Dalton is the trainer. Rick Finn drives. Number 3 is Don't Bring Me Down, owned by Mark DePorter and Richard Finn. Mark DePorter is the trainer, and Brett Holland is the driver. Number 4 is Lyrical Society, owned by Margaret Epp and Dwayne Kinggrass. Dan Epp is the trainer. Dale Heitman drives. Number 5 is CHEVIE DUJOUR, owned by Ken Strand. Aileen Weiss is the trainer. Eric Ledford drives. Number 6, Don't Tell Me No, is owned by Howard Fuller Jr. Jim Schultz is the trainer. A driver change to Tony Morgan. Number 7, Frisky Chickadee, is owned by Lottie and Vince Labergio. Bob Perrin trains, and Dean McGee the driver. Number 8, Defies Explanation, is owned by Bart Seals, Shelia and Derek Wetherell. Brent Plotner is the trainer. Sam Woodger drives. There's 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, so pause. Here they come. They're off. Don't Bring Me Down out sharply for the lead on the inside. ML Society. They wheel into that first turn. ML Society benefits from the inside. Don't Bring Me Down. Now jumps in second. Rain Dance Star. Right with the leaders in third. 3 lengths back. Lyrical Society. Another 3 lengths back to CHEVIE DUJOUR. Another 3 lengths back. Don't Tell Me No. Frisky Chickadee, and trailing by the quarter, Defies Explanation. And that first quarter, 28 and 4 the first quarter. And Rain Dance Store is your pace setter by 2. ML Society takes up the chase in second to length. Don't Bring Me Down, closing the gap in third. Now first over on the outside, CHEVIE DUJOUR is on the move. And now to the outside, here comes Don't Tell Me No. As they approach that half-mile juncture, Rain Dance Star is on the inside. Don't Bring Me Down is racing at her. 58 and 2. Now the race is half over as they swing into the clubhouse turn. Rain Dance Star benefits from the inside, but Don't Bring Me Down is an up and challenging second. ML Society is saving ground with the leaders in third. CHEVIE DUJOUR closing ground on the inside of horses. Lyrical Society, Don't Tell Me No. Don't Tell Me No, 3 wide. Midway up the backstretch, it's a battle for the lead by 3/4. 128 flat Into the far turn they race, and here comes Don't Tell Me No. And Don't Tell Me No pulls alongside Don't Bring Me Down for the lead. Around the final turn, now these two are necks apart, now noses apart for the lead. Here they come, turning for home. Don't Bring Me Down is on the inside. Don't Tell Me No in the center of the track is racing at her. And here comes Don't Tell Me No. And Don't Tell Me No on the outside at the wire. Results are official. Time for the mile, 1:57, too fast. Moving to the winner's circle, number 6, Don't Tell Me No. Don't Tell Me No is owned by Howard Fuller Jr. Jim Schultz is the trainer. The winning driver, Tony Morgan. That is a driving double. Mile, a good one, 1:57.2. A mark for Don't Tell Me No. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the field for tonight's fifth race. Number 1 is Don't Walk. Don't Walk is owned and trained by Terry Leonard. Gary Leonard will drive. Number 2, Pacing Machine, is owned by Carl Rubson, Dave McCaffrey. Dave McCaffrey is the trainer. Andy Miller drives. Number 3, Favorite Mohawk, owned and trained by Jim Music, Dale Heitman. Number 4, Bad is Good, owned by Sharon and Cecil Mullins. Brent Plotner is the trainer. Tony Morgan drives. 5 is Movin' Man, owned by John Lorenzo. Jim Banks trains and Eric Ledford drives. Number 6, Indiana Jonas, is owned by Anda Price. Charlie Pearson is the trainer with Danny Knox the driver. Number 7, Axe Farm Boy, is owned by Rebecca Williams. Kevin Johnson trains. Dean McGee drives. Number 8 has been scratched. We have 4 minutes, just 4 minutes to post. Here they come. They're off, and it's a good start. Don't Walk on the inside, hustles right out for the lead. They drive into that first turn, and Don't Walk has the early speed. Pacing Machine comes away second. Favorite Mohawk in third. Babbitt is Good. Right with the leaders in fourth, a length and a quarter. Movin' Man, Indiana Jonas, Axe Farm Boy. And as they drive now for that early quarter, your leader to the quarter is Don't Walk, and Don't Walk now a length and 3/4. Pacing Machine second. Favorite Mohawk off the quarter, 29 3/5. And up front positions are unchanged. Don't Walk, your pace setter by 2. Pacing Machine right there in second. First over, here comes Bad as Good into third. On the inside of us, Favorite Mohawk is saving ground. Now on the outside, Movin' Man, he is on the move. Indiana Jonas, Axe Farm Boy as they race for that half-mile juncture. And Don't Walk, your leader, and Bad as Good racing at him. 59 4. Now the race is half over. Into the clubhouse turn, Don't Walk, your leader. Pacing Machine running his heels in second. Bad is Good. First over on the outside in third. Favorite Mohawk is saving ground. On the outside, Movin' Man is coming on. He's following cover. Now to the outside of us, that's Axe Farm Boy. Indiana Jonas at the end. Now they drive up the backstretch. And as they move by 3/4, Don't Walk, your leader. 128 3 into the far turn, and Don't Walk opens up now by about 3 lengths. Pacing Machine digs in second to length. Favorite Mohawk, he wants out of third. On the outside of horses, Bad is Good. Here they come, turning for home. Don't Walk now is under urging. Pacing Machine charging to the outside. Wiggles going to the whip. Don't Walk has the lead. On the outside, here comes Pacing Machine. On the inside, Favorite Mohawk. Those horses at the wire. Number 1, Don't Walk, was first. Moving to the winner's circle, number 1, Don't Walk. Don't Walk is owned by Terry Leonard. Trained at the Rush Creek Farms by Terry Leonard. The winning driver, Gary Leonard. Fifth race rundown, top of him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 5, 6, scratch on the bottom. 1, 2, exacta returns, $26.60, $26.60. 1, 2, 3, trifecta, returning $122.80. Here is the field for tonight's sixth race. Number 1 is Spicy Mohawk, owned and trained by Terry Leonard. Gary Leonard drives. Number 2, Lake Hills Mimi, is owned by Jacqueline and Ed Bruschi. Terry McAllister trains. Brent Holland drives. Number 3, it's a Saluki, My Dear, owned jointly by Tony and Tom Simone, along with Jerry Bernacki. Dave McCaffrey trains, and Dean McGee, the driver. Number 4, Carolina Courtney, is owned by Jim Crowley. Kevin Orges trains. Tony Morgan drives. Number 5, Cullen Fashion, owned by Frank Abodato. That's Richard Flacco and Rick Flacco. Frank Robot Jr. trains, and Danny Knox, the driver. Number 6, Cahokia, owned by Gene Golden. Mark Franzen trains, Andy Miller, the driver. Number 7, Ms. J. Rabrack, is owned by John Jackson. Jerry Freese trains. Dale Heitman drives. Number 8, Fair to Midland, is owned by the Bob Leroy Enterprises Incorporated. Bill Holman trains. Laverne Hostetler drives. 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to post. Top of the turn. Here they come. They're off. It's a Saluki, My Dear, out for the lead. On the outside, here comes Cahokia. Spicy Mohawk charging through on the inside. Into the turn they race on. Cahokia circles them all, and Cahokia now taking command. Spicy Mohawk is in second, a length on the quarter. Lake Hills Mimi right with the leaders, now into third. On the inside, it's a Saluki, My Dear, right there in fourth as they approach now that opening quarter. And that quarter, Cahokia in charge. 28-3 the quarter, and Cahokia is your pace setter. Spicy Mohawk right there in second. It's a Saluki, My Dear, now fourth, now moving third on the outside. Here comes Carolina Courtney, now following live cover. Followed on the outside on the move. That's Cullen Fashion. Entering the stretch now for the first time. Your leader is Cahokia, but it's a Saluki, My Dear, alongside second. Spicy Mohawk right there in third. 58-2. Now the race is half over. Into the clubhouse turn they race on the inside. Cahokia, it's a Saluki, My Dear, alongside second. Spicy Mohawk right with the leaders in third. You're followed now by Carolina Courtney. She's following cover on the inside. Lake Hills Mimi has nowhere to go from the back of the pack. Cullen Fashion 3 wide. Now moving by three quarters. Three quarters on the board. 128-2. They swing into the far turn, and Cahokia leads the way, but on the outside, Cullen Fashion with a rush. Now to take command. Here they come, turning for home on the extreme outside. Cullen Fashion now 4 wide with the lead. On the far outside, Fair to Midland coming on. Spicy Mohawk charging through on the inside. Spicy Mohawk and Cullen Fashion. Spicy Mohawk at the bar. $1.5 exacta returning, $48.20, $48.20. 1.5 2 trifecta, $185.40, $185.40. In the winner's circle, number 1, Spicy Mohawk. Spicy Mohawk is owned and trained by Terry Leonard. Gary Leonard on driving double. That is back-to-back wins for the Rush Creek Farm. Here is the field for tonight's 7th race. Here is number 1, Old Mustard, owned by Lisa and Scott Ehrlich. Ron Dolan trains. The driver is Sam Woodger. Number 2, Turbo LEEBROOK, is owned and trained by Kyle Jones. Laverne Hostetler drives. Number 3, What's for Dessert, owned by Marshall McGee. Ron Roberts trains. Eric Ledford, the driver. Number 4 is Broadway Bourbon, owned by Tom and Leonard Kolchowski. John Boutenchain trains. Andy Miller drives. Here is number 5, Regal Sunrise, owned by Maria Campbell. Dave Isaacs trains. Randy Jacobs drives. Number 6, Got by TOWNE, is owned by the Buzz Bates Stables. Tony Pernice trains. Tony Morgan drives. Number 7 is Ticked Off, owned by Martin Engel and Vince Raimondi. Otto Aria is the trainer. Brent Holland drives. Number 8 is B66, owned by Russell Gould, Jim Springer, and Homer Hochstether. Homer Hochstether drives and trains. We have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to pose. Here they come. They're off. On the inside, it's Old Mustard going right for the top. Between horses, Turbo LEEBROOK is there. What's for Dessert, now 3 wide. Into the turn they race, and What's for Dessert is on the outside up to challenge and take command. Old Mustard holds in second by 2. Turbo LEEBROOK right there in third, now by 2.5 lengths. Followed in that turn by Got by TOWNE, now another 2 lengths back to Broadway Bourbon, followed by Regal Sunrise to the outside of us. That's ticked off by that quarter. 27-4, the opening quarter. Around the turn, heading for that up-mile juncture. What's for Dessert, your pace setter. Old Mustard right there in second. On the outside, Got by TOWNE, comes on to be third. Followed on the inside of us. Turbo LEEBROOK is saving ground. Broadway Bourbon on the outside following cover, followed by Ticked Off. Regal Sunrise is tucked in. 57-2. The race is half over. Now into the clubhouse turn they race, and up front, What's for Dessert, your pace setter by 2. Old Mustard getting that great trip in second. On the outside, Got by TOWNE, tiring slightly. On the inside of us is Turbo LEEBROOK, wants out. Followed on the outside of us is Broadway Bourbon, now 3 wide. On the outside of us is Ticked Off is on the move as they race by 3/4. 3/4 on the board in 126-4. Into the far turn they race, and up front, What's for Dessert, your leader. Old Mustard is out on the outside on for the move. On the outside, Turbo LEEBROOK and Regal Sunrise. Here they come, turning for home. What's for Dessert cuts the corner. Old Mustard is charging. It's What's for Dessert on the inside. Here comes Regal Sunrise, and look at him fly. Regal Sunrise fastest of all. Moving to the winner's circle, number 5, Regal Sunrise. He is owned by Maria Campbell. Dave Isaacs, the winning driver, the winning trainer is Dave Isaacs, the winning driver, Randy Jacobs. Number 2, Old Mustard, was up for second. Number 3, What's for Dessert, finished third. Number 2, Turbo LEEBROOK, was 4. Results official, good mile 156. 4 fifths. Here is the field for tonight's 8th race. Number 1, Jake Sugar, is owned by Clarence and Randy Jacobs. Clarence Jacobs trains and Randy Jacobs drives. Entry mate 1A is Grandpa's Tabitha, owned by Clarence Jacobs, trained by Clarence Jacobs. Pat Berry will drive. Number 2 is Enthralled, owned by Marion Noblock and Mark Franzen. Mark Franzen trains. Sam Woodger, the driver. Number 3, Elsie's Choice, is owned by Sherry Fox. Leroy Fox is the trainer. Laverne Hostetler drives. Number 4, Paris in the Morn, is owned by Harold Glasgow. Ron Van der Roostaan is the trainer. Dale Heitman drives. Number 5, Harmony Oaks Luan, owned by Sarah Kopp. Brett Schultz trains, Tony Morgan drives. Number 6 is Double Down Delray, owned by Margaret Parisi. Darcy Pletchard trains, Eric Ledford, the driver. We have 5 minutes of post, just 5 minutes. Yeeto's running. Jab of the turn. Here they come. They're off. Double Down Delray on the outside, hustling out for the lead. Joined on the inside of us is by Enthralled. So they wing into that first turn. And Enthralled benefits from the inside. That's Double Down Delray. Park driving on the outside second. LC's Choice. Right there in third, Paris in the Morn. Down 2 lengths back. Harmony Oaks Luan. Another length and a quarter to Jake Sugar. Grandpa's Tabitha by that opening quarter. 27-4 the first quarter. And Double Down Delray is your pace setter, a length and a half. Enthralled right there in second, a length, but LC's Choice. First over on the outside, third. Paris in the Morn is on the outside following cover, followed now by Harmony Oaks Luan. Entering the stretch for the first time and approaching that half-mile juncture. LC's Choice with a rush. LC's Choice is on the outside, your new leader. 56-4 the race is half over into the clubhouse turn. LC's Choice is your new leader, a length and a half. As Paris in the Morn is on the outside of challenging second. Double Down Delray is now back to third. Enthralled moving to the outside following cover. On the inside of us, Jake Sugar has nowhere to go, followed by Harmony Oaks Luan, trailing the field by 3/4. Grandpa's Tabitha. 125-4 for the 3/4 into the far turn, and LC's Choice opens up on the field now by about 4 lengths. There goes Enthralled, a closer second, but 3 wide. Jake Sugar now fourth, now third, moving to second on the outside. Here they come, turning for home. LC's Choice is under urging. Jake Sugar is flying. Here comes Jake Sugar on the outside. LC's Choice. Jake Sugar, LC's Choice at the wire. Moving to the winner's circle, number 1, Jake Sugar. Jake Sugar is owned by Clarence and Randy Jacobs. Clarence Jacobs trains. The winning driver is Randy Jacobs. That is a driving double for Randy Jacobs. .155 3/5. Jake Sugar has paced to a new lifetime mark. The winning Exacta 1-3 combination, $157.40, 157.40. Here is the field for tonight's 9th. Here is number 1, Never Skip My, leased by Beverly Kingery and Warren Crow. Beverly Kingery trains. The driver is Randy Jacobs. Number 2, SHEA HANOVER, owned jointly by Brad Moffat and John Johnston. Brad Moffat is the trainer. Art Gregory Jr. will drive. Number 3, Sheer Grit, leased and trained by Brett Schultz. Tony Morgan drives. Number 4 is Broadway Chaperone, owned by Anthony Nikitopoulos. Michel Dupois trains and Brent Holland drives. Number 5, High Lonesome, is leased by Monroe Duncan, trained by Monroe Duncan. Marshall Duncan drives. Number 6 is Stand the Man Mutual, owned and trained by Dan Dubinsky, and a driver changed at Dean McGee. Number 7, Reggae Skipper, owned by Jimmy McVeigh. Jim Music is the trainer. The driver, Brian Carpenter. Number 8, Inherit the Gold, is owned by Richard Gallerick and Ron Lyles. Ron Lyles is the trainer. The driver, Eric Ledford. Now 4 minutes will post, just 4 minutes. Top of the turn. Ninth race Pacers in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. Never skip by on the inside, hustling out for the lead. SHEA HANOVER comes away second. SUGER. Now they thunder into that first turn and never skip by. Opens up on the field by 3. SHEA HANOVER takes up the chase second by 3. SUGER in third by 3. Broadway Chaperone. It's 2 lengths back to High Lonesome. Followed on the outside of horses. That's Inherit the Gold. Followed by Stand the Bad Mutual. Ray Gay Skipper trails the field. 29-1 for the opening quarter. Never skip by is your pace setter now by 2. SHEA HANOVER is right there in second. Here comes Broadway Chaperone. Now third, taking over second on the outside. Here comes High Lonesome, moving right with him as they enter the stretch for the first time and approach that half-mile juncture. Never skip by is your leader, SHEA HANOVER. Right there in second, Broadway Chaperone. Now third, he takes over second. 15-9-2 for the half. Into the clubhouse turn they go, and up front, positions are on change. Never skip by is your pace setter, SHEA HANOVER, running his heels in second. On the outside of horses, from back of the pack, here comes Inherit the Gold. 3 wide out of the turn, racing up the back stretch. It's Never Skip By with the lead, but Inherit the Gold alongside a challenging second. 3/4, 129-1. Now they swing into the far turn. On the inside, Never Skip By, Inherit the Gold alongside a challenging second. SHEA HANOVER right there in third. On the outside, SUGER 3 wide. Here they come, and down the stretch they go. Never Skip By has the lead. On the inside, SHEA HANOVER, but on the outside, Inherit the Gold is charging. SHEA HANOVER on the inside, Inherit the Gold. Those horses at the wire. That is a photo finish. Please hold all tickets. Moving to the winner's circle, number 2, SHEA HANOVER. SHEA HANOVER is owned by Brad Moffat and John Johnston. Brad Moffat trains the winning driver, Art Gregory Jr. Results are official, 158 and a fifth. Prices posted, 2.8 exact to return, $63.20, $63.20 for the 10th race. Here is number 1, KB's Trudy, owned by Keith Liddicoat. Ron Roberts trains, Eric Ledford drives. Number 2, Vags Classic Star, owned by Judy and Fred Scott. Fred Scott trains, Dale Heitman drives. 3 is MD Revenger, owned by the Equine Racing Incorporated. Jerry Hansen trains, Tony Morgan drives. Number 4 is Witch of Wicklow, owned by the Acme Racing Stable. Greg Trelucky trains, Sam Woodger the driver. Number 5 is Camby Jade, owned and trained by Terry Leonard. Gary Leonard drives. Number 6, Chloe Ball, owned by George Winters and Reginald Winters. Tom Simmons trains, Dean McGee the driver. Number 7 is Rappin' Robin, owned by Marcine and Monroe Duncan. Monroe Duncan is the trainer. Marshall Duncan drives. Number 8, Showstopper, owned and trained by Larry Lockhart. Andy Miller drives. 5 minutes opposed, just 5 minutes. Here they come. They're off. KB's Trudy on the inside, out sharply for the lead. Vaz Classic Star comes away second as they dive into that first turn. And KB's Trudy benefits from the inside. Off stride in that turn. On the outside off stride now. goes Can Be Jade is off stride. Out of the turn and heading now for that opening quarter. Your leader is KB's Trudy, and KB's Trudy leads a length and a quarter. Vags Classic Star right there in second by the quarter. 29-1 the first quarter. Now racing in third, that's Witch of Wicklow. Now they're 2 lengths back to Chloe Poe. They're racing into the stretch now for the first time and approaching that half-mile juncture, and they're strung out. And KB's Trudy is your pace setter, a length and a quarter. Vags Classic Star right there in second. Now here comes Chloe Poe. Now into third. On the inside of us is Witch of Wicklow. On the outside, Rappin' Robin Showstopper off the half. A minute and 2. Now they move into the clubhouse turn, the one to catch. KB's Trudy, and KB's Trudy has that 1 length lead. Chloe Poe on the attack on the outside second. That's Classic Star right there in third. On the inside, Witch of Wicklow. Rappin' Robin. On the outside of us is Can Be Jade on the move. Followed to the outside, MD Revenger as they move by 3/4. 3/4, 130-1 into the far turn. KB's Trudy on the inside. Chloe Poe alongside of Challenging second. On the inside of us is Vags Classic Star. Here they come, turning for home. KB's Trudy, and KB's Trudy is under urging in the center of the track. That's Chloe Poe trying to come on. Vags Classic Star on the inside. Here comes Vags Classic Star, KB's Trudy. Those two at the wire, Vags Classic Star and KB's Trudy. Moving to the winner's circle, number 2, Vags Classic Star. She was owned by Judy and Fred Scott. Fred Scott trains Dale Heitman, the winning driver. Results official 2 minutes and a 1/5 for the mile. $64.80.